first game the low point of the frustration this year?
It was definitely a low point. Obviously, anytime you have a lead, the way we had it, to give that lead up, and obviously Ole Miss had a lot to do with that. I thought they played extremely aggressive, especially in the second half, and we didn't respond to that. So you live and you learn, you move on, and obviously we had opportunities after that to learn from that and move on.
Well, it seemed like they did that to Auburn too. As Auburn led by 12 and then allowed them to score 63 points in the second half. Is this just a team that Ole Miss you can't let up one moment, one possession?
Well, Ole Miss has got some very good players, talented group. I think they've been together for a couple of years now, and obviously Coach Kennan and his staff have done a great job coaching them. So those guys believe that as long as there's time on the clock, they have an opportunity to win, and they've shown that.
Let's talk about Scenario Hillman and how he's sort of been playing well the last few games.
Scenario is a guy I think has been in a couple of different roles this year for us. I think the biggest thing with him is he brings a level of toughness and energy for us on the defensive end. And to me, when he's playing his best basketball is when he's focused on those things in the defensive end. And obviously, from an offensive standpoint, great in the open floor, great getting out. And I think he's learning how to find his way within the framework of what we're doing as a team.
Coach, y'all shown the ability to play with anybody in this league, anybody in the country. If you go back to Cornell, do you feel like you've kind of instilled the mindset that you want in the future?
I think we're a work in progress, and obviously, I'm a result-oriented guy, but at the same time, I think the process of getting there, we have to learn how to prepare properly and what it takes, with the elements that go into becoming a good team, becoming a team that can win. So I think we're making steps in that direction.
Same with the Mississippi State game. You guys were down. You made that run, got up by 10, but then you cut it to 2 late in the game. Have you talked about just finishing? I know that's one of your mottos been all year with this team.
For us right now, we're focusing on the game in front of us. There's nothing we can do going back. Obviously, it's happened. We learn from it and we move on. So the focus right now is there's enough in the game for us tomorrow that we got to prepare for. We can't live in the past.
Anthony, I don't know how much you are in terms of goals, but do you give a team a specific goal at this point, what you accomplish the rest of the season, or do you just?
We're a day to day. My big thing is control what you can control. So we're going to try to control how hard we practice today, our level of preparation, our level of focus, and then my thing is that should feed into how we approach tomorrow. So no, I'm not a down the road guy. I'm more of a day to day and controlling the things we can control.
Do you take anything from that first game with Ole Miss? Do you look at that tape, or coach, or you just throw it out?
We definitely look at it, and obviously try to evaluate some things that we did well, some things that we didn't do well, some adjustments maybe that we need to make.
Is that the best guard combo, at least in the West, for wide?
They're very good. Where they rank, it's tough to say right now, but certainly very good on the perimeter as well as the interior. You look at the last game, they've got a lot of different guys that have the ability to step up. Henry in the last game really stepped up and hurt us in the front court as well as their perimeter.
Coach, I know not to sit and make excuses, but when you look at this year's team and you lose Jemison before the season starts and you lose Andrew pretty quick into it, how does that impact your plan for this year's team?
Well, injuries are part of part of the game. So you have to move on. And to me, it creates opportunities for other guys to grow and develop and fill roles and fill needs. And I think it is a learning lesson for the players, for our staff, that nothing's promised. So you have to take advantage of the opportunities that present themselves when they present themselves.
Both of those guys are progressing well. Are they able to do much in practice?
Yeah, they're both progressing well. Demetrius has been involved in practice, I'd say, for the last week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. He's been involved. And Andrew had a doctor's appointment maybe a week ago, and he's doing some light jogging and some limited shooting. So I think both of them are on course to have a full recovery.
And Demetrius is going to try to come back next year, right?
To the best of my knowledge, we haven't really discussed anything in detail as of yet.
But he has the year. That's something
we've got to apply for a medical red shirt and all those things. None of that stuff has been done to this point.